going to talk about something today that's going to be very important to our city. About 13 months ago, we engaged in an experiment with Doxicom Consulting LLC. And what that was a recycling project to try to recycle paper, plastic, cardboard, and different materials in our city. At the beginning of it, maybe I was a little bit skeptical of how successful it would be, but once we got started, once we got the bugs worked out and got started, it's been unbelievably successful. We were looking for a way to lower our monthly sanitation bill, and I think if you are in sanitation, if you deal with any kind of sanitation or in a position where you see your sanitation bill, you know how unbelievable that bill is every month. We were looking at a way to reduce solid waste to our landfills, and I don't know, I think there are some people here from Mississippi, maybe some from Missouri, but if you're here, if you're from Tennessee, the state of Tennessee has mandated that we reduce our solid waste. It's something that we're going to have to do over the next couple of years, and so we were looking for a way to do that, and we were just looking to do the right thing. Just the right thing is to recycle. That's what we need to be doing. So we did that, and since October of 2009, we've reduced solid waste in the city of Trenton by 26% in just over a year. That's a quarter of our solid waste. That's huge for us. The great thing about it is something that not only is practical, but it's something that our citizens love. And I think you're going to hear from some people today who are going to tell you the same thing. Some other mayors are going to tell you the same thing about their cities. People, I'm known now as a recycling mayor. I could have brought 14 factories to the city with 300 jobs in each factory, and I'd still be known as a recycling mayor, because of that. So it's a good thing. I'm not going to take up a whole lot more of your time because we have other people we want to hear from today. I want to introduce some people that you're going to hear from today. We have from the president of West Tennessee Business College. She's going to talk to us about sustainability here in just a little bit. Mrs. Vicki Birch is going to talk about that. We have Mayor Joe Eaton from Boonville, Mississippi, who has recently got started in this process, and also Mayor Bobby Dyer from Lexington, Tennessee, who's also got started in this process. From Doxicom, we have Gene Belcher, who's the Vice President of Sales, James Rambo, who's the Vice President of Operations, and Cindy Wilson. Cindy Wilson is actually the Managing Director. Citizens who have come in and they kind of just look the operation over, make sure things are going well. One of them is here today, and that's Ralph Bobbitt in the back. Ralph, raise your hand. And then Billy Woods, who also helps Ralph, but Billy could not be here today. These gentlemen actually go to the site, make sure everything's operating the way it should be, and they do a lot of coordinating for me and do a lot of great work. So anyway, if you have, of course, anytime you have, after this is over with, any questions you would have for me or Ralph, because Ralph deals with it more on a ground level than I do, you might want to ask us. We do about sustainability, so if you will, welcome Vicki Birch.
Thank you so much, and it's a pleasure to be here this morning. West Tennessee Business College has been serving the West Tennessee area since 1888, so we've been around for a long time. I haven't been there quite that long. I began my career with the college in 1978, and as you can well imagine, over the years we have participated in a grand paper chase, from penmanship back in the turn of the century to counting and typing and computer and what have you. We have a ton of paper that we are using and trying to dispose of. So about 10 years ago, we looked into how to start utilizing and being more sustainable as far as just our paper from the classroom was concerned. paid them to take it away. I had no idea what they were doing with it when they took it, but we just needed to get it out of the building. In the next several years, we went to having an organization come in and shred our paper, and particularly our confidential papers. And I paid them to come in, and they took it away and shredded it. And occasionally I got something that said how many trees we had saved by shredding paper and so forth and so on. Well, in the last several years, as our enrollment has increased, we have about 400 students in our school. We recognized that we had so much paper, trash, bottles, cans, and we were really looking for a way to dispose of this, do what's right, do the right thing with it. We joined an organization called ASHE, which is an organization of institutions of higher learning across the United States. There are also some in Canada as well, a member of this association. And they started teaching us as an administration about recycling. And it just seemed too big, too expensive. How do we do this? At that point, we partnered with Doxicom. And I want to say that it has been not only a pleasurable experience, but because we are an educational institution, we are finding that we are in a position to positively affect, as far as sustainability, 3 to 4 generations of folks, our students. We're teaching them as we're learning. They're teaching their children. Those children in return are teaching their school systems, we hope. And then the grandmothers that are involved in the household are also learning about sustainability, how easy it is to recycle, and how important it is to do that. We have found, just in the short amount of time that we've been working with Doxicom, that we not only have reduced our dumpster pickup to 1 time a week, but we have just this past month ordered a smaller dumpster. So we've gone from 2 dumpsters 2 times a week to 1 dumpster 1 time a week, and now we'll go down to a small dumpster, maybe once every 2 weeks for that. Teaching our students, and they, we hope, teaching their families, but we're also recognizing how much we used to put in the landfill that was so unnecessary. And in doing that, the cardboard, obviously we still have a lot of texts that are shipped to us. They come in cardboard boxes. We were appalled at the amount of cardboard boxes that were going into our dumpster, which took up not only a lot of space, but we were putting them in there without breaking them down. So not only has it been a learning experience, but we feel that we are doing something that is important, not only to the educational aspect of it, but as a smaller school